Hello and welcome to quiz class. Today we have 100 questions on general knowledge. Let's take a look at our quiz class awards. Let us know how you rank in the comments at the end, along with your answer for our bonus question. Let's take a look at today's lineup. And of course, we are beginning with historical figures. Number 1. What are the main awards of Marie Curie? Booker Prize and Grammy Award, Pulitzer Prize and Nobel Peace Prize, or Nobel Prize in Physics and Chemistry? Nobel Prize in Physics and Chemistry. Who was the British Iron Lady? Theresa May, Margaret Thatcher, or Queen Elizabeth II? Margaret Thatcher. Albert Einstein is best known for which theory? The theory of evolution, theory of relativity, or quantum theory? Theory of relativity. Simón Bolívar served as a leader in several South American countries and was also known as the general, the emperor, or the liberator. The liberator. Sandra Day O'Connor was known as the first female governor, female chief justice, or female justice of the Supreme Court. Female justice of the Supreme Court. Joan of Arc was known for her role during which conflict between which countries? France and Spain, France and England, or France and Germany? France and England. Cleopatra VII was the last active ruler of which kingdom? Kingdom of Carthage, Kingdom of Macedonia, or Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt? The Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt. The United States Declaration of Independence was written by whom? Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, or George Washington? Thomas Jefferson. René Descartes was a famous philosopher known for which phrase? To be or not to be, I think, therefore I am, or the unexamined life is not worth living? I think, therefore I am. Nelson Mandela was known for which activism? Labor rights, anti-apartheid, or women's rights? Anti-apartheid activism. Who was the aviator that disappeared in 1937? Amelia Earhart, Harriet Quimby, or Jacqueline Cochran? Amelia Earhart. Who is remembered as the father of the nation in India? Bhagat Singh, Mohandas Gandhi, or Nelson Mandela? Mohandas Gandhi. Napoleon Bonaparte became emperor of which country? Italy, Spain, or France? France. Augustus is known as the first emperor of which empire? The Roman Empire, Greek Empire, or Egyptian Empire? The Roman Empire. Who commissioned the construction of the Great Wall of China? Qin Shi Huang, Emperor Wu of Han, or Emperor Yongle of Ming? Qin Shi Huang. Which Russian leader is associated with the end of the Cold War? Leonid Brezhnev, Mikhail Gorbachev, or Nikita Khrushchev? Mikhail Gorbachev. Abraham Lincoln, known as the Great Emancipator, is famous for delivering which speech? The Farewell Address, Inaugural Address, or Gettysburg Address? Gettysburg Address. Which Italian navigator discovered the Americas in 1492? Marco Polo, Giovanni Caboto, or Christopher Columbus? Christopher Columbus. Which military leader was known as the Desert Fox? Erwin Rommel, George Patton, or Douglas MacArthur? Erwin Rommel. Who was the author of the Corpus Juris Civilis? Emperor Augustus, Emperor Theodosius, or Emperor Justinian I? Emperor Justinian I. Let's move over to music composers. For question 21, which of the following was composed by Ludwig van Beethoven? The Four Seasons, Symphony No. 9, or Clair de Lune? Symphony No. 9. Who composed the famous The Four Seasons? Vivaldi, Bach, or Mozart? Antonio Vivaldi. Which two operas were composed by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart? Rigoletto and Aida, The Magic Flute and La Traviata, or The Marriage of Figaro and Don Giovanni? The Marriage of Figaro and Don Giovanni. Who was known as the father of the symphony during the classical period? Beethoven, Bach, or Franz Joseph Haydn? Franz Joseph Haydn. What is the title of the four operas composed by Richard Wagner? The Magic Flute, The Ring Cycle, or Don Giovanni? The Ring Cycle. Who was the composer of the famous ballet Swan Lake? Igor Stravinsky, Prokofiev, or Tchaikovsky? Tchaikovsky. Which piece by Claude Debussy is part of Suite Bergamasque? La Mer, Clair de Lune, or Arabesque No. 1? Clair de Lune. The composer known for Einstein on the Beach is Philip Glass, Steve Reich, or Aaron Copland? Philip Glass. Who was the first musician to use atonality in music? Alban Berg, Igor Stravinsky, or Arnold Schoenberg? Arnold Schoenberg is the answer. How many piano sonatas did Ludwig van Beethoven compose? 24, 32, or 36? "32. The piano sonata number 14 in C sharp minor is famously known as Waltz-Scene, Sonata, Moonlight Sonata, or Pathetique Sonata. Moonlight Sonata. Which opera tells the story of a passionate woman? Tosca, Carmen, or Madame Butterfly? Carmen. Which Baroque composer composed the Brandenburg Concertos? Henry Purcell, Johann Sebastian Bach, or George Friedrich Handel? Johann Sebastian Bach. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart wrote this piece, which he left unfinished: The Magic Flute, Symphony No. 41, or Requiem Mass in D minor? Requiem Mass in D minor. Who was known for his Hungarian rhapsodies? Franz Liszt, Antonin Dvorak, or Johannes Brahms? Franz Liszt. Richard Strauss is famous for his symphonic poem titled Also sprach Zarathustra. Which of the following is the humorous musical suite? Peer Gynt, The Nutcracker, or Carnival of the Animals? Carnival of the Animals. Gustav Holst composed the work named after Roman gods titled The Planets, an Alpine Symphony, or Pictures at an Exhibition? The Planets. The Piano Concerto No. 1 by Chopin is famous for its jazz influences, choral passages, or opening theme. Opening theme. Which work caused a riot at its premiere? The Firebird, Bolero, or The Rite of Spring? The Rite of Spring. Let's move over to celebrities for number 41. Julie Andrews is famously known for her role as Maria in which film? My Fair Lady, Mary Poppins, or The Sound of Music? The Sound of Music. Who is considered the king of rock and roll? Elvis Presley, Little Richard, or Chuck Berry? Elvis Presley. Bob Dylan is a singer who wrote his famous piece titled Blowin' in the Wind, Tangled Up in Blue, or The Times They Are a Changin'? Blowing in the wind. What is the character of Vivian Leigh in the classic film Gone with the Wind? Scarlett O'Hara, Ellen O'Hara, or Melanie Hamilton? Scarlett O'Hara. Humphrey Bogart is famous for his characters in the movies The Maltese Falcon and Key Largo, Casablanca and the Maltese Falcon, or The Big Sleep and To Have and Have Not. Casablanca and the Maltese Falcon. Hattie McDaniel was the first African-American woman to win which award? The Tony Award, Golden Globe, or the Academy Award? The Academy Award. John Lennon and Paul McCartney belonged to which band? The Who, the Beatles, or the Rolling Stones? The Beatles. Coco Chanel is the fashion designer famous for her corsets, little black dress, or evening gowns. Little black dress. Audrey Hepburn was popular for her roles in which two movies? My Fair Lady and Sabrina, The Nun's Story and Wait Until Dark, or Breakfast at Tiffany's and Roman Holiday? Breakfast at Tiffany's and Roman Holiday. How many years did Johnny Carson host The Tonight Show? 20, 25, or 30 years? 30 years. What was Jason Alexander's role in Seinfeld? Jerry Seinfeld, Cosmo Kramer, or George Costanza? George Costanza. Who portrayed Voldemort in the Harry Potter films? Ralph Fiennes, Alan Rickman, or Tom Felton? Ralph Fiennes. Marlon Brando played the Godfather as, what was his role, in other words? Vito Corleone, Sonny Corleone, or Michael Corleone? Vito Corleone. Who was known as the Queen of Soul? Diana Ross, Aretha Franklin, or Whitney Houston? Aretha Franklin. Which two famous movies were directed by Steven Spielberg? Jaws and The Godfather, Saving Private Ryan and Titanic, or Jurassic Park and E.T. the Extraterrestrial? Jurassic Park and E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Harrison Ford is known for his role as Indiana Jones in which adventure film? The Fugitive, Blade Runner, or Raiders of the Lost Ark? Raiders of the Lost Ark. Who portrayed the main character Luke Skywalker in the Star Wars films? Mark Hamill, Adam Driver, or Harrison Ford? Mark Hamill. Which artist is often referred to as Satchmo? Miles Davis, Nat King Cole, or Louis Armstrong? Louis Armstrong. Jodie Foster won which award for her role in The Silence of the Lambs? The BAFTA Award, Screen Actors Guild Award, or Academy Award for Best Actress? Academy Award for Best Actress. Who is known for her comedic talent in I Love Lucy? Lucille Ball, Betty White, or Mary Tyler Moore? Lucille Ball. And let's move over to economic theories for question 61. According to which theory, focusing on a popular product benefits economies? Supply and demand, comparative advantage, or absolute advantage? Comparative advantage. What is promoted by Keynesian theory? Free markets, non-intervention, or increased government spending? Increased government spending. Which economist introduced the concept of creative destruction? Milton Friedman, Joseph Schumpeter, or John Maynard Keynes? Joseph Schumpeter. The theory of monetarism focuses on controlling which supply? Money, capital, or labor? Money supply. Which theory focuses on the self-regulating nature of the market? Monetarism, classical economics, or behavioral economics? Classical economics. Which theory discusses the concepts of bourgeoisie and proletariat? Marxism, monetarism, or Keynesian? Marxism. Monetarism believes that long-term inflation is money supply growth, excessive demand, or lack of monetary policy. Money supply growth. What is implied by Pareto efficiency? Market equilibrium, need for government, or no one can improve without harming another? No one can improve without harming another. What relationship does the Phillips curve illustrate? Inflation and unemployment, interest rates and investment, or government spending and GDP? Inflation and unemployment. Which theory says that there is a tax rate that is ideal? Laffer curve, Keynesian theory, or supply-side economics? Laffer curve. Which economists propose a theory of rational expectations? Robert Lucas, Milton Friedman, or Paul Samuelson? Robert Lucas. Which model explains capital accumulation? Classical model, behavioral model, or Solow-Swan model? Solow-Swan model. What does the economic term opportunity cost mean? Total expenses, cost of production, or value of the next best alternative? Value of the next best alternative. What is the main focus of supply-side economics? Controlling inflation, reducing taxes to stimulate production, or increasing government spending? Reducing taxes to stimulate production. The quantity theory of money believes that money is neutral long-term, money supply affects inflation, or increased money lowers interest rates. Money supply affects inflation. What is the focus of the marginal utility? Market equilibrium, cost of production, or extra satisfaction from one more unit? Extra satisfaction from one more unit. Name the theory which concentrates on the relation between supply and demand. Monetarism, classical economics, or general equilibrium theory? General equilibrium theory. What problem is highlighted in the tragedy of the commons? Resource depletion, regulation failures, or overpopulation? Resource depletion. What does the law of diminishing returns claim? Infinite output, proportional output, or more input reduces output? More input reduces output. Which economist introduced game theory? Milton Friedman, John Nash, or John von Neumann? John von Neumann. Let's move over to companies for question 81. Which one of the Apple Inc. founders does not belong? Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, or Ronald Wayne? Bill Gates. What is the new company name of Brad's drink? Pepsi, Coca-Cola, or Mountain Dew? Pepsi. Which famous company produces a popular carbonated beverage? 7-Up, Sprite, or Coca-Cola? Coca-Cola. Which production technique is used by companies to assemble products sequentially? Assembly line, just-in-time production, or custom manufacturing? Assembly line. Which food establishment is most recognized for its golden arches? KFC, McDonald's, or Burger King? McDonald's. What is the major contribution of the multinational corporation IBM? Computer, social media, or cell phone? Computer. When was MS-DOS released by Microsoft? 1980, 1981, or 1982? 1981. Which company is considered a consumer electronics company? Sony, Apple, or Samsung? Sony. Which company focused on rubber and cables before becoming popular? Nokia, Samsung, or Sony? Nokia. Which company owns Reebok as a subsidiary? Nike, Adidas, or Puma? Adidas. Who co-founded Walt Disney Productions? Walt Disney and Bob Disney, Walt Disney and Roy Disney, or Walt Disney and Jim Disney? Walt and Roy Disney. What business does GlaxoSmithKline focus on? Consumer electronics, automotive manufacturing, or pharmaceuticals and healthcare? Pharmaceuticals and healthcare. What type of business did Amazon start as? Electronics, clothing, or online retail books? Online retail books. What does Lego mean in Danish? Play well, create fun, or build together? Play well. Which company is popular for its search engine? AI, Google, or Microsoft? Google. Budweiser is a famous product from which company? Miller, Coors, or Anheuser-Busch? Anheuser-Busch. What types of products does Procter & Gamble produce? Household products, personal care products, or both? Both. What was the first successful commercial jet airliner? Boeing 707, Douglas DC-8, or Airbus A300? The Boeing 707. Which company produced the PlayStation? Sega, Sony, or Nintendo? Sony. Which year did PayPal start operating? 1997, 1998, or 1999? 1999. And for our bonus question, who portrayed Harry Potter in the popular film series? Let us know the answer in the comments, as well as what you ranked with our quiz class Einstein rewards. And as always, thanks for playing this quiz. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.